Yo, hello YouTube. I'm here with a video that I've been very excited to share with you guys, and that is none other than a way to make gold. You know, I have done this so many times. How many times have you been grinding dungeons for gold over and over and over and saying, man, there's got to be a better way to do this? Well, my friends, I am here to provide you with a solution utilizing the power of the market. I have formulated a spreadsheet where we can get all the information that we put in manually. I've created a community-wide spreadsheet for everyone to use with the Google Sheet link provided, and we can just edit certain variables or certain columns in the sheet, and things are all dynamically updated. Well, let's just get right on into it, yo. So, welcome to the ultimate Eden Eternal Market Assistant. Quick rundown, just here's a little speed run right here, okay? So we have our dashboard view, which provides us with our return on investment. So we could say, okay, so if I were to make an int minus gem with the buying from the market at the prices that we have input, we will get a 390% return on investment, and we see Guardian level 8, 529% is back. But the dashboard is right there just for a nice simple view. And we could even go to the specific things. So we could say, all right, Guardian is giving us the most. So you know what? We'll just go to the embroidery market, and we could see I have a column up here for, these are the only two columns that need to be edited on this entire spreadsheet here. So everything else is dynamically update or is fixed data. So for my example, I should probably do Gemcrafting actually, because I'm a human, I have direct access to that, and I'm making 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪𝓵 gems. So we can look into the market real quick. We could say, all right, fortified items, and we could look up luck. We could look up luck and see if we have any. Luck level 3 is for 10. No way, dude. Oh my god. Dude, I cannot believe I just saw that. All right, so what I can do now, just because I did that, I literally did not even update this, but I know that it's a profit. So what could we go in gathering materials, and everything here so is how you see it in the market. So we have related cities. So we have related cities right up here. We have town related section. The main things that you see here are Eden amethysts. So we could just delete and paste that in here, and we can see all the various Eden amethysts, and everything is updated. We can see, all right, sold by 20 is being sold for 160. And that just calculates the unit price for you. And the same thing for going on forward with soul mushroom and all that jazz. So if I were to just paste soul mushroom in here, we could see that there are none actually in there right now, but there's also sunset mushroom. Or you know what, maybe we can even just look up mushroom to make our lives easy. So we could see that there's water vine mushrooms and sunset mushrooms. So everything here could just be updated appropriately. So we have water vine mushrooms 500 for $2.99. And we can see how that is. And it's average price. It's an average price, so I have the recommended price as well over here from what I have seen as the typical going rate for good buys. But anyway, let's go back towards our 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪𝓵 gem, because I just scored a luck level 3 gem for 10 gold. So let's scroll down and edit that real quick. So luck level 3 for 10 gold. So we could see also what else is 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪𝓵 use. It uses luck level 3, diamond slate stone, and giant dragon fossil. So we can go back to our gathering materials and see here, giant dragon fossil. We'll copy that, sell, and it is, I know it's a mine item, so we'll just look up over here and we'll see what's the going right here. 8 for 16. So we'll just update that. Giant dragon fossil 8 for 16. So it's going to be 2G, 2 gold each, and it's decent. But you know what? I guess we'll just buy it. We'll just buy it, okay? So we'll just buy that. And the other one was the diamond slate stone. So I'll just copy that on over and paste it in the keyword search here. And diamond slate stone, we have 26 for 20 or 300 for 299. I'm gonna go for the 26 for 20, but we'll update the spreadsheet though real quick. 26 and 20 is anything less than 1 for a lot of these. I'd say is 1 gold each is a very good deal. So anyway, now that I've got all those materials now, we'll just gather this, delete, gather, or just use the check mark. But anyway, now I could do racial crafting, and I'll just make my like fatal gem. And we'll see over here in the gem crafting market, luck fatal gem. So the so it's absolutely ridiculous because what happens is that, let me just expand all the data so I can explain what's happening. So for each of these items, it gets the number needed, and it does a VLOOKUP, which essentially, I guess you don't really need to know what it does, but it just calculates the unit price for the bundle. So we could just, it pretty much essentially just adds up the cost. So for luck fatal gem over here, we just scroll to the right, and we could see that if I were to sell it for 160 gold, after buying all those materials that what I just did, I'd make a 490% profit. And it could even show you the cost per unit all the way down here. So overall, making this luck fatal gem only costed me 19 gold. That's pretty insane, considering all the levels of profit. This is actually the most profit I've seen. Literally, I've never seen a luck gem sell for 10 gold. You've seen it live right here on this YouTube video. But yeah, shoot, yo, that was pretty insane. So if I were to sell this for 160 gold, I'm going to be making a total of 134 gold, just boop, just like that. So this tool is essentially useful for all of the community, and so feel free to use it at your own regard. So the more people that use it, the better, because the more updated price will be, and the market will be a lot more lively. But we're not done there. This is just racial crafting, and I only showed you the gem crafting, but there's also sheets for engineering, alchemy, and embroidery. And there's also even a ledger if you really wanted to document your purchases, but that's not something that I really have. If you were interested in using the ledger though, you will have to do a file and then a make copy. So if you wanted to make your own sort of ledger and stuff, or make changes, but if you have any recommendations for things that you want me to put into the spreadsheet, just let me know in the comments or send me a PM in game. I love seeing mail in the game, and it's super awesome. But yeah, carrying on, there's also crafting materials. So this will include all of the monster items, all the monster drops and everything of the sort there. So if I were to go to town related and we go into sorted by levels, we see all these darn monster items and everything. So I have a market listing for over here. So we can see that all the information over here is like, okay, so the recommended price for Terrified Thoughts at the moment of putting it in here was 5 gold each. So I managed to find a whole bunch of them for pretty much 3 gold each, and I sold for 4. And I still made myself quite a significant profit, because if I were to sell by 4, I could see I could even make a profit of almost 1,000 gold right there, just out of thin air, just from just buying the darn Terrified Thought and reselling it. So market flipping is a very wonderful thing in this game, and I hope that this makes it a little bit easier for you. What this also calculates is the blueprint value. So I went into every single town just to painstakingly put in this data of how much the base blueprint is. And it was very hard to find a guild with 0 tax. So shouts out to, I believe it was Nora. So 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪𝓵, if you're watching, yo, thank you for having 0 guild tax at the time that I was putting in this data, yo. And also Wales as well, because you get 0% tax on your own guild town. But anyway, so we could see that if I change this to 10% tax, these blueprint prices actually get updated, as well as the gather cost. And how that works is that it just calculates that by multiplying that percent plus 1. So that percent plus 1 just means that it's being added. So that's essentially it. So it calculates the cost there, and you'd be, if you were to buy these mountain pine trees for 1.5 gold each, that would be pretty rough, because the unit cost is only 0.2. So if you're buying them at a gold, you're definitely pretty much funding the whoever's selling that. So try to bear this in mind. So look around and see what you can find here. Pearlfish tears. All right, so we could see pearlfish tears over in the auction house right now, being sold 10. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's just look it up. So we could see what will possibly be the best thing here. So we can have, also I have these columns on the side hidden just for simplicity's sake, because there's not really a need for you to know how much a blueprint is, and it just makes it smaller. So if you have a small monitor, I'm trying to make this as consolidated as possible for you. So yeah, pearlfish tiers, we have 100 being sold for 550, and that unit price there is 5.5, and the unit cost is actually 5.1. So you could even determine, so essentially you're just giving the person 40 gold. Would that be worth your time to give them 40 gold than to just farm your own? This is also without the gathering +2. So if I were to apply this saying yes, it's going to significantly increase that difference though. So instead of it being 39, now it's actually 300. So you're essentially giving them 300, because typically you actually only get you only get 1. So in this case though, we get 3 each with the gathering +2. But bear in mind, you don't always get the pearlfish tiers. But that's something to keep in mind, because gathering +2 can make a huge difference for this, especially when it comes to gold items. But anyway, we could see that this isn't truly a insane deal, so we'll just try seeing for something else. So like 21, 200, that's a little better, but still not the greatest. But just for an example of what I've seen on the auction house before, I've seen the wind dragon flowers. I saw these sold for 999 for 350, and I just couldn't pass that up, because essentially whenever you see green and bold numbers on this spreadsheet, that means it's cheaper just to buy them right there and just ignore everything else, because why would you waste your time and gold to get less when you could just buy it outright over here and save yourself 356 gold? That's essentially the way that this spreadsheet here works. So overall, that's pretty much it in terms of this spreadsheet, really. Shared everything that I really wanted to, and I just hope you guys enjoyed. And if you may be asking, why would I want to share the spreadsheet? The answer is simple. An active market is a healthy market. And I feel like the more competitive and the way things can be, I feel like we could really thrive together as a whole in terms of the community as a market. So if you are watching this video, please give it a like if you enjoyed, and if you enjoyed the spreadsheet, by all means share some suggestions in the comments if you have any, or if you have future content that you'd like me to cover, by all means shout me out a comment or something, or send me some mail in the game. It's always nice to read any sort of private messages or whatnot in the game and whatever. So I'm always open for suggestions, and just remember to take care of yourselves, everyone, and have yourself an awesome rest of your day. And peas and carrots, y'all.